Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Tin Man's Court Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I'm reading another chapter out of my They Saw Sasquatch book, Close Encounters for Bigfoot, by Gary and Wendy Swanson. And this encounter was sent to them by an anonymous person, and their encounter took place in the Applegate Valley near the Thompson Creek area, and the year it took place was in 1999. So without further ado, let me read the person's entry before he gets into the story real quick. Dear sir, please consider our story for your book. Back about 1999, we had a strange visitor at our place. We live a ways out in the Applegate in the Thompson Creek area, and that's as close as I will give, as we are private people. A friend in town who has a computer connection told us you were writing a book, and he remembered our scary experience and told us to write it out, and he'll send it to you off his machine. So here you are, and please don't tell where we live. Thank you. And he put name withheld. Of course, a lot of people don't want to give off their information because they're afraid of being ridiculed about their experience, which I don't blame them. Our dogs had taken to barking for quite a few days, like they do if a cougar or bear comes around. But this started happening every night, just about dark in the fields and when it was already dark in the woods. My husband had taken the shotgun and gone out where our dogs were barking for about the fourth night in a row, and when he got to where they were, he found one of them dead alongside a small black-tailed deer. Oh boy, that ain't good. But he said it really shook him up because the deer was almost broken in half and the spine and ribs were sticking out. Our dog Maverick, who weighed about 100 pounds, had his head missing. Oh my goodness! That Bigfoot wanted to shut that dog up, so it was mad and ripped the head off. Sometimes Bigfoots are nice to dogs, and sometimes they just want to kill them because they're giving off their location by them barking all the time. My husband said he looked around but couldn't find it, and he was too shook up to look anymore, so he brought him home and buried him. That was a really sad time for us, and my husband was really mad. He thought it had been a cougar, so he took the deer and hoisted it up on a tree limb where he could see it from the barn. The next night, he snuck out to the barn and locked the dogs inside, and then he just sat back in the haymow so he was in the dark, but where he could see and not be seen. He had his 30.06 rifle with him. All of a sudden, around dusk, the dogs started yapping real loud, and he could hear them scratching to get out, but the windows were too high. The deer was in a tree about 150 feet from the barn, and my husband said he had his rifle ready, and all of a sudden he smelt something really rotten, and he thought he was smelling the deer. When this dark brown ape-man critter appeared alongside the tree, it reached toward the deer just as my man pulled the trigger. He jerked it out of being nervous, and the bullet tore into the tree, and the ape-man disappeared. He let the dogs out, and they made a beeline right past the deer and up the hill, and he said he could hear them barking and howling until he couldn't hear them anymore. It was about 3 hours later when they finally came home. One had a broken paw, and the other two each had a couple of deep gashes in their necks and side, and one had a tore lip, but they survived. All that makes me mad. I know that Bigfoot didn't want to be tormented by barking dogs, but he didn't have to go that far and cause these poor animals to get injuries. We never again had another experience with this animal. My husband said it was about 7 or 8 feet high as he measured where his head showed by the tree branches, and it had really long arms, big paws, and the imprints its feet left, he said, were bigger than his rubber barn boots, so that he guessed would make it about a size 16 or more. Golly, that's bigger than my feet. I wear size 15. Please keep our names private because people don't need to think we're nuts out here in the country, please send our book to, and then they did not reveal their address. So here's some pictures that go along with their story. This one is like in a wooded area near the creek. And here's the creek. His dogs were chasing that creature. But man, I feel sorry that couple had to bury a dog without his head, and then their other dogs came back with a broken paw, scratches on their side, and a torn lip. I'll be getting a whole hunting posse to go after that Bigfoot, because it just seems like it will want to kill just so it wouldn't be seen while they're trying to eat a deer. But I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications for more reading videos. This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and I said that's a wrap, and that's day off.